Krystle, and I live with my husband Alex and our cat Riley. Despite living with lupus, I try to enjoy life to its fullest. So come share in life's big and little moments with me. In my shoes. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. Yes. Riley, do you know what's happening today? You can try to avoid it all you want. But today, we're going to the vets for your annual checkup. Yeah. Oh, it'll be fun to try and get you into the cat carrier, eh? Yeah. Are you ready to go, Riley? He's like, nope. Here we go. This is how we do it. I sit in the back with Riley so he doesn't get freaked out, but he still gets freaked out anyway, right, buddy? It's always a two-person job to get him in there. We usually back him up, but man, he's stubborn. Yeah, you're stubborn. It's okay, buddy. This reminds me of when we brought you home. You meowed all the way home. Insert that clip here. Riley. Pretty kitty. Yeah. You're going to a new home. You trying to look out the window? What do you see out there? Here in the waiting room. Riley wants to get out of there so bad. Oh yeah, that's a bus outside. Hear that? He's like, what the? Is it, buddy? Hi. Yeah, I know. This is what the office looks like. We come to a vet that specializes in cats. They don't take any other animals. So he doesn't have to get stressed out seeing dogs and stuff. Because it's only cats here. Right, Riley? We're in the room waiting for the doctor to come in. Hey, buddy? You're ready to get out of there. Just a couple more minutes, I guess. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I know. Hey, guys. We are back from the vet. And it did not go the way I was expecting. We got some bad news. I don't know. I'm totally shocked. We thought we were just going for his annual checkup as usual. He was going to get his rabies vaccine and all would be well, as it always is. But it was just that last year when he went to the vet, he had lost a little bit of weight. He was down to 9 pounds. And over the last year, we thought that it looked like he was losing more weight, but we weren't really sure. But Alex kept saying, like, I really think he's losing more weight. Like, I can really feel his ribs, and he didn't like that. But he's always been eating just fine. When we adopted him, he was actually considered a little overweight. And so we've had him on low-cal cat food the whole time. And so, you know, we did that, and then, but once he started to get down to the 9-pound area, we switched to just a normal food. So, but he hasn't been on low cal all this past year. It's just been normal food, and he eats normal, no problem. So, yeah, so anyways, she weighed him, and he is now 7 pounds, which she was like, that is a drastic weight loss in 2 years. 2 pounds, I mean, in a year, he lost 2 pounds. So that concerned her a little bit, and she could feel his ribs, and she didn't like that. So she checked his heart because she was thinking of a thyroid issue. But his heart was fine, and so that was quickly ruled out. So then she continued examining him, and she was really feeling around his abdomen and stomach area and stuff, and he was not happy about that. So anyways, when she finished, she did not have good news for us. And so the vet said that when she was feeling Riley's stomach, that she felt a mass that was about the size of a small walnut. And so basically she just said it's not good news for Riley. Yeah, and, you know, I said, well, he always seems so healthy, like, he acts normal, he's eating normal. I mean, he doesn't seem like there's anything wrong. And so she just said, yeah, well, like, cats tend to be very good at hiding these things until it gets to that point where they just can't hide it anymore. So basically the options that she gave us was, you know, to either just leave things as they are and just wait it out. We really don't know how long he would have. Because I had asked her, I'm like, well, could it be possible that it's a benign tumor? And she said no, because a benign tumor would not cause the weight loss. So it, you know, it's definitely a cancerous tumor. So you know, we can choose to just wait it out and just let him, you know, live the rest of his days comfortably here at home. Or we can take him to a clinic downtown, which is quite a drive. And it's not fun driving downtown either. We could take him down there to get a ultrasound and most likely a biopsy as well, which would give a better idea as to how large the tumor is, what kind of tumor, like what kind of cancer, and also to see if it's spread at all around that area, which she said more often than not it does. And then, you know, so we can do that test, and that test would probably be able to give us an answer as to how long he has. And then we could decide to go ahead with chemo and probably surgery, I think, to remove it. So those are our choices. But all in all, you know, she told us different scenarios that she's encountered with animals and pets, and even of her own pets over the years. And, you know, she said really, like, a lot of times people, you know, it's like they want to do anything to save their pet. But she said, you know, like, they don't realize, first off, the expense involved, and also the time, because if we were going to do chemo, we'd be having to take him to the vet, I think, almost weekly or twice, like every 2 weeks or something like that. It would be a lot. So that's something else to think about the time commitment. And also, she mentioned that she thinks he might be a little bit older than we thought. When we adopted him from the shelter, his previous owners had written down that he was 3 years old. And so based off of that, we figured that he's 10 years old right now. And so never did it ever cross my mind that I would even have to be thinking about stuff like this at his age, because I was going off of my previous cats, Sneaker and Boots. Boots was 14 and Sneaker was 15 when they passed away, when we had to have them put down. And so I was thinking in my mind, oh, you know, we still have at least 4 or more years to go with Riley. You know, I never thought it would be this quick. I mean, we've only had him with us for 7 years. And, you know, technically 7 years is quite a long time, but it doesn't feel like a long time. So we got home and talked it over and stuff. And I think we're just at the point that we're probably going to just wait it out. Yeah. And the reason that we came to that conclusion is not just about the cost involved. I mean, the cost involved is a big thing. I mean, we do have the money in our savings that we could totally go for it all the way. But it's more the fact that if he is older than what we think, you know, he may be 12 or 13 maybe already, then he's a senior. He's getting up there. And, you know, we were thinking about the fact that whenever we take him to the vet, he gets very stressed out. And we always kind of attributed it to, at least in our mind anyway, we thought anytime we put him in that carrier, we think that he thinks we're taking him away, like we're getting rid of him, because that's what happened with his previous owners, is they took him and dropped him off at the shelter and walked away. And so we've always thought, like, anytime we put him in that carrying case, he must automatically be thinking, oh, I'm going back to the shelter, they're getting rid of me or whatever. He gets very stressed out. So the thought of the long drive downtown, first off, to get the testing done is stressful for him. And then if we decided to go with the treatments, you know, having to take him back and forth to the vet every few weeks so frequently. And then, of course, I've read up on the chemo for cats, and it's usually IV. So he'd have to get an IV all the time. So poked and prodded back and forth to the vet. and there really is no guarantee that it will be successful. I read up on it, and it said, these kind of cancers, there is a chance they can go into remission, but they don't stay in remission very long. It might buy him like 12 to 18 months at most. And I'm thinking, at his age anyways, is it really worth it to have him stressed and anxious and poked and prodded for the last few months or however long he has before he passes away? You know what I mean? Like, is it worth it to have him go through all of that when right now he's over here? Right now he seems fine. He seems like his old self. He talks to us still, and he eats fine, and he doesn't seem to be uncomfortable at all. And so, we really don't know. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, your eye's watering. How come? Yeah, so is it really worth it to basically turn his world upside down when he's just this little helpless animal that doesn't really understand what's happening, doesn't understand why he'd be poked and prodded and back and forth to the vet? I mean, it would just be very stressful for him, and I don't want his last moments with us to be that way. I don't like it. We went through that with Boots. She did not like going to the vets. She rarely ever went to the vets, but she just started to lose weight, and her fur started to lose its luster, and she just started to not look well, and then she stopped eating, and so we took her to the vet, and she was so stressed out, and she had to stay overnight, and they did x-rays, and they found fluid in her lungs, and then she had to have, and this was a cat. Boots was a cat who was a very prissy little girl who was very particular about her fur. She was always cleaning herself, always grooming herself, and every hair on her head had to be in place. And this little prissy girl had to have both sides of her shaved so that they could drain fluid from her lungs. And anyways, when we picked her up and brought her home, she was even sicker after those 2 days at the vet's than she was when we brought her in. And I believe it was the stress. It just made it so much worse for her. And her last few days were just awful. And we finally made the choice to put her down when she woke up in the wee hours of the morning, basically screaming in pain. And we said, that's it. We can't let her go on anymore. So, and then with her brother, we were able to see the signs sooner since we knew from his sister. So with him, I think he was only ill for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and we realized this is it for him too. So we had him put down so that he didn't get to the point that his sister did. And so, I know what to look for, so we can just keep an eye on him and just give him lots of love and just let him be comfortable at home and stress-free. I think that's the best choice, and we will, when the time comes, we will definitely have the vet come to the home to put him down again, just like I did with Sneaker and Boots, because it was as hard of an experience as it really was a beautiful way to do it for us, and it gave us good closure, and it just was the right way for us to do it. And I love that there's vets that will come to the house to euthanize your pet, because it's so much less stressful for them. They get to be at home on their favorite blanket or bed or whatever, surrounded by their family, and it's just so much more peaceful and not full of anxiety. So that's how I would rather save our money, to do it that way, and we can get an urn like I did for Sneaker and Boots, and I'll make a shadow box for him too. So it's definitely not the way I intended our Saturday to go. Sorry guys, I just was not expecting this at all. I just thought it was going to be a normal annual checkup and that everything would be fine. Because he seems fine. So, yeah, I just never ever expected this. You know, we were hoping to go and do some swimming this afternoon. I had this full day planned of fun stuff, and we got home and we just didn't want to do anything. So we've just been trying to decide what to do. I think we've made the decision. And just basically been loving on him. I think he's kind of tired from his rabies vaccine. He gets kind of sleepy after the vets usually, so he's been sleeping a lot. But just a while ago, a couple weeks ago, I started putting, when we're at home, I started putting the chair, our bar stool chair, by our front door with the window open, with the screen door open, so that he can smell the fresh air and he can get up on that chair and see out the window, because it's always bothered me for years that he doesn't have a way to look out the window. And I just don't know why I never thought of that until just a few weeks ago, putting a chair there. And he loves it. Now, the weird part is that yesterday and today he's barely used it, but the first time that I put it there, he spent almost the entire day there looking out the window and loving it. And so something as silly as that has been making me cry today too, because I think to myself, we've had him here for 7 years, and only now did I think to put that chair there. And now he doesn't have that much time. So anyways, that's the news, and I don't know, I have no idea how long he has. I'm hoping maybe he'll be okay for a long while, you know. I don't know. So just pray for him that he will be good and he will be okay, and that when the time comes, he won't get too bad. Like, we'll be able to see the signs without him getting too bad. The only thing I just don't want him to be in any pain. So anyways, guys, I think I'm going to end this video here today, because there's really nothing else that's happening. I mean, I'm just in shock. So there's really nothing else to video today, really, because it's just, I'm just hanging out here with my little guy. He's sleeping. Oh, he was sitting beside me earlier on the couch. all curled up in a little ball. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video here because I don't want to just keep crying on camera. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'm sorry it turned out to be a big downer. I had planned to have like a fun day to vlog, but this is life. Things happen that you don't expect, and you just have to learn to deal with them. I don't know. I mean, leave some comments below. Like, if it were you, like, what would you do? You know, like, are we making the right choice of just leaving it, and just letting him, you know, carry out his days? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he's too young. I don't know. I just always in my mind thought I had at least another 4, 5, 6 years to go with him, but at the same time, now that the vet's saying we don't really know his age, he could be a little older than we thought. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Send us some prayers. And that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye. Leave early to come here to the hospital to get the results of my pulmonary function test. So I'm about to check in for my appointment. But I had a nice morning. It was short. We went to the library and Ben had fun looking at books about cars and trucks and planes and that kind of stuff. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm gonna check into my appointment and we'll see how it goes.